Let's bring up this story that has exploded over the night hours, basically. Riley Gaines ambushed and physically hit after saving women's sports speech at San Francisco State. So in a way, I'm totally surprised by this. And in another way, I'm like, of course, this is what you do. Because whenever you speak up, and say something that the left doesn't like, their strategy obviously is to try to blow you out of the water physically or from an audio point of view, right? That's their absolute positively strategy. I saw that for myself when I was from the courthouse on Tuesday, and you may have seen this as well, where Marjorie Taylor Greene showed up. And all the leftists showed up with their whistles and their drums and did everything possible so that you could not hear Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I was maybe 15 yards from her. I couldn't even see her, but she was right there. You could kind of see in the middle, but couldn't hear a thing. All you could hear was the whistles that the left handed out, and that's their strategy, right? They cannot compete in the marketplace of ideas, so they want to physically or audibly take you out of the marketplace of ideas. That's their idea. That's their plan. Here, another perfect example out there in Tennessee. I love this from Derek Hunter. I love how these Marxist morons insist a supermajority must bow to their will, or it's somehow an affront to democracy. It's beyond stupid. We're not going to play that video, but yeah, it is beyond stupid for sure. Let's take a look deeper in this tweet here that Riley Gaines herself posted out. This is what it was like for her. I think this is after her speech about saving women's sports. Let's see if we can put it up on the screen. I think she's screaming trans rights are human rights or something like that. It gets worse. Watch this.
Yeah, you fucking trans fucking bitch. I fucking see you. Trans rights are human rights. Trans rights are human rights.
From what I understand, this is like Riley Gaines' point of view. So I think she's holding the phone in a kind of a blue sweatshirt. And this is just like an amazing thing. Clearly, there were police here. They're at the end of the hallway, but they were either not enough of them or not deployed properly. We'll leave that to, obviously, that needs to be investigated. Then she gets caught down this dead end of a hallway because everything is so hostile. She was actually trapped in this building, from what I understand, for 3 hours after her speech. If you scream it louder, it doesn't make it any less false or more false. You know what I was trying to say. So yeah, that's pretty disturbing. That's how it was for Riley Gaines last night. Apparently, in a way, it doesn't really surprise me. Again, but then a shock. The shock is worn off. I mean, there's so many of these incidences that you kind of get dull to it, don't you? Here is a group of students basically kidnapping her and trying to bribe her so she can leave the building safely. Here we go. Here, let's play this video.
And what we're hoping to do is to keep things peaceful and
make her lose her pride
and move forward. Okay. Tell her to pay us. Tell her to pay us, and then she could go. $10 each.
I don't know if you can hear that, but they're saying if she can go if she gives us $10 a piece. That sounds like a crime to me. I don't know.
I got paid for this shit, so we could get paid for it too.
On a public campus that we attend.
So what's the end goal here? We're cooperating, so what's next?
So they need to do their job. And you're right. We created a path. It's here.
I can't speak to all of you when we're over talking to each other. We're not going to hear each other.
Don't let her hold.
So this is apparently the leader, and he can't hear anything. He's also kind of soft talking himself, so like it's difficult to hear.
You don't have to use. There's a difference. So what we want to do is maintain what we're doing right now, and as the speaker elicits, we can continue our conversations. And what we're hoping to do
conversation. It doesn't seem like a conversation. It seems like you're threatening and holding someone hostage in a building. For what is her crime? Let's remember what her thought crime is here. Yeah, just so that we can bring it up. Riley's thought crime is talking about saving women's sports. Saving women's sports. In other words, keeping women's sports for women. Yeah. That's her thought crime. Shame on her, right? Shame on her for actually wanting to keep women's sports for, women. Yeah, like shame on her. Now, the same day, or yesterday, I should say, we had the Biden administration move in the exact opposite direction of Riley Gaines, the reasonable position. And this is what's happening in the background, grinding slowly in the background of the wheels of the Biden administration, which moves to make broad transgender sports bans illegally. By the way, I'm reading this from GBH, which is Great Blue Hill Radio here in Boston, NPR. This is state-affiliated media. Let's keep that in mind. All right, so what are they doing here? On Thursday, the U.S. Department of Education announced a proposed change to Title IX, which prohibits sex-based discrimination in federally funded programs. So this is a landmark piece of legislation that basically created women's sports, especially at the collegiate level, at any school level, really, I should say. Basically created and preserved women's sports at the school level, college on down. The proposal would make it illegal for schools to broadly, now remember this is written by NPR affiliated state media. The proposal would make it illegal for schools to broadly ban transgender students from sports teams that align with their gender identity rather than their assigned sex. In other words, all the laws that have been passed, and I think it's like 20, maybe 21 states now that have passed a law. Maybe someone could fact check me on the number. Passed a law that says, hey, if you're a biological boy, you cannot play on the girls' team. You know, those rules have now, those laws, this would basically supersede all of those laws. So they want to federalize the issue. Why? Because they have control of the presidency. And as I spoke to you, I don't know, last week when I was here, or whenever that was, we must win in November of 2022. We've got to take back the presidency, no matter what. We have to take back the president. That should be our number one and our absolute only goal, really.